All right, cross country time. Head coach Travis Floeck, Tristan Charles, Kirsten Williams. Coach, been a couple of weeks since a competition, but I know the training has been going in preparation for this week and the championship segment. How things been going and kind of what's the outlook heading to Chicagoland this weekend?
Yeah, it's going to be 3 weeks in between our competitions, which is really by design, just so we can have a really solid training block and level up and get more fit. And I think that's exactly how it's gone. I'm really really pleased with how they've all responded to training and what I've seen in workouts. And I talked to the team even last week. Sometimes the only concern maybe with a lull like that is you could lose focus, but this group, it hasn't been the case at all. I think they've been incredibly focused, and yeah, it's been super positive response. And now we're going to take that newfound fitness into a really big competition out in Illinois. I think there's 52 Division II teams there, and it'll be a lot of fun.
For the athletes, Tristan, fifth year senior now, you were with the team last year's trip. Kind of what's been working for you lately, and what's your kind of personal outlook on Saturday, and then of course the final championship races of your at least cross country career.
Yeah, so pretty much what's been working with me is just consistency. I've had to change a lot from last year, mostly just like training intensity, but overall, yeah, it's been working really good for me. And for Saturday, I'm really excited because, like, I know last year didn't really kind of go well for a lot of people, but also just seeing how the boys have been training consistently as well, being focused, I'm really excited to see how we all can do. And for the rest of the season, same thing. Just I think we just got to keep the energy the same we've had been these last couple of weeks, and I'm excited.
Kirsten, no stranger to big meets like this, competing there last year, and then of course qualifying for nationals. What you were able to take the last race off from competition, but a great start in your first race. Kind of same question for you. What's kind of your mindset going in for the final few weeks here?
Yeah, just took an extra week off. I'm getting a little older, so it's nice to take some time off and just train. But yeah, just excited. We've been developing a lot more speed on my end, and I can kind of see that in my workouts. So I'm really excited to go back. I feel like a whole different athlete than last year. And I'd say the same with the women's team. We just have so much momentum from the last year. I know I made it to the big meet, but it would have been a way more fun to have all of them. And I think that energy is contagious, and we all have a lot of like big goals going into the rest of the meets, and they can feel the excitement and I guess just momentum I carried at the end, and they want to ride it all the way with me. So I think it'll be fun.
Coach, you've got some runners not here today that have been really shining for you. Kevin Degree leading the team the last two times on the men's race, and Brooke Miller really standing out the last time for the women. What are kind of some of the new faces that have been kind of really helping your squad out so far?
Well, they're all new faces to me, but I gosh, I could probably leave people out. I just think as a group, we've just collectively have brought great energy. I really see people improving. I mean, when I have friends texting me like, "How are things going out there?" And it's like, gosh, I just feel like the team's rapidly improving. It really goes back to what Tristan said with the consistency. That's what you're looking for all the time. It's the consistency in their efforts, and the reason that we're improving rapidly, and I just see them, getting a lot better, is because they're doing all the things outside of practice that it takes to be great. It's the process, it's the sleep, it's the recovery. And so it makes my job a lot easier when I see the dedication that I'm seeing. And yeah, you got Kevin, who's led the way but the last two meets and looking very strong. And Brooke is new to cross country, but opened up a couple weeks ago, incredibly strong as well. And just it's going to be exciting to see her get in there again. And yeah, I mean, just people who are contributing that maybe weren't in the lineup a year ago, like Quinn Gregg, and there's a lot of examples of that. And yeah, I'm really lucky to be here coaching them, and it's just been a special season already.
Kirsten, talk to us about Brooke and Kira being on there. You kind of had to take the leadership of the team last year. You now kind of got some company up there at the front.
Yeah, Brooke's been very, I forget, I don't know the right word, but I wasn't expecting Brooke to be my training partner. And then last December, she just really was consistent. And then we kind of convinced her just to give cross country a try, because it's just, there's no feeling like, racing with the team. And I think that she's just loved the energy that we all bring. And so it's been incredible training with her. She pushes me in ways I've never been pushed before. And I think that's also why I'm getting better and she's getting better. And then Quinn obviously was injured for a while and she's back in the mix. Same with Megan. She had a knee surgery, the same as Quinn. And Lauren, I mean, I could name everyone. Our top 10 is just too deep to explain. But yeah, it's been incredible having girls to train with. And I mean, we all have really exciting goals. So yeah, that's been exciting.
So now with a couple of meets, you've kind of seen how all the kids race. You can have your training programs and everything. Can you cater it a little bit more now to see how they respond, and the guys getting more out of certain kinds of training to get ready for a race?
Yeah, you're always bringing some element of, it's a balance between individualizing things and having them work together in a group. And yeah, absolutely. I'm still learning a lot about them, but when we raced 2.5 weeks ago on the guys' side, I was just so impressed with the way that they executed that day. The women brought an incredible effort as well, but the execution all around was really key. And that's going to be super important coming into this weekend when it's a giant race. And we'll talk about that. It's when you have a race that big, it's almost like if you had, the adversity presented, like the challenge could be that in terms of like, if you had poor weather or something like that, if you allow that to affect your competitors more than you, then it's, you're going to be in a position to succeed. And so I think we're going to be mentally prepared for that. But yeah, absolutely. I've been able to tailor things a little bit for each one of them, and just it's really about making small adjustments. I think, again, like it's gone super smooth. And I really see the training come together right now, and it's just an accumulation of all the work throughout the season that it's palpable when it starts to really click, and it's clicking right now.
And for you two, you're used to running against great runners every single meet, and now you're taking that with a huge amount of runners. How do you kind of help the younger kids who have never seen anything like this before? And how do you gotta get mentally ready to race against so many people?
A lot of it's just us older guys talking to these younger guys. Like, I know a lot what me and the boys like to do is like usually the night before, wherever it is, like here or in a hotel room, we like to have a meeting and just kind of lay out a plan and just kind of explain to them like what they're going to experience, and just just be prepared for the unprepared. I think, but usually they handle it pretty well. Like, they go with us, and then we just tell them to run the race like they know how to run it. Just trust in the process and everything. And yeah, usually these big ones, it does get nervous, especially for me, like 5th year, but I still get surprised with how big these meets get and how fast people are. But a lot of it's just working together, just kind of figure out what we want to do, and just trust, not just process, just trust each other.
Kind of the same. The girls, we have meetings every other week, and we just kind of discuss the meets. A lot of the girls actually ran this meet last year, so that's good because they have experience with the crazy start. There's a really big hill about 800 meters in that you can't really prepare for until you just do it. So most of the girls just know what to expect, and then obviously like Brooke and Megan and the faster girls are really good at pushing it, and you just hold on until you can't anymore. So
You'll have air this time, right?
so much air. So much air. Yeah.
Yeah, with that, we of course, being here, you race at altitude quite a bit. This the one chance till nationals at least to go down closer to sea level. What kind of goes through the body in the mind preparing for that?
Not much really. It's just I know a lot of it's just kind of like don't get too like in my head, I guess, because I know it's gonna be fast, but I like tell myself don't like push it just because it's like sea level, like there's air to breathe, but don't like go with the top people right away just because you feel good. I think just kind of just keep the same head, just be like watch who's around you, go off them, and also off my teammates because I know they run it pretty well. They're smart, so I just go off of them.
I would say coach does a good job of mixing up the paces that we do in workouts. So even though we are training at altitude, we do specific work, like specific 5K work. And I know it's a 6K, but it's a little bit similar. So you get used to running those paces here. So it does feel a lot easier when you do drop down 5,000 feet to hit those paces. But we do a lot of preparation and talk about those things in practice. So I think most of us feel really prepared and know where you should be because we do tons of reps here at it. But yeah.
Anything to add, Travis?
No, I have faith in them. I mean, cross country, it's not being on the track. It's competing against the people around you and the different elements that are presented and the courses, and there'll be different challenges. And I mean, I'm excited to watch them compete at a little bit lower elevation and have just a lot of confidence in their preparation, like they said, and just like their competitive spirit that they're going to bring into the race. So it's just going to be fun to watch them navigate a really big field, and you can really feed off of that energy. And I mean, I'm kind of like, I was on a run last night and I was like, okay, like thinking about this meet, and when you're in a really big field like that, it's really about the mindset you have, the relaxation you have. If you're running tense because there's 100 people in your immediate space, then that's going to affect your race. So I think that's going to be one of the biggest messages is like, hey, can we relax? Like, can we run smooth? Can we kind of be like, I had like Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal in my mind. Can we, like be smooth criminals out there? Can, just navigate the course in a way that it's going to put our fitness out there, and I'm just excited to watch them go do that and execute.
The musical reference, a great segue to our question of the week. Favorite concert or live music event you've ever been to?
Ever?
Or would like to, whatever.
Or just
Just memorable. Personality here.
I'll let them think about it. I assume I'm answering this as well. I mean, my favorite band is Radiohead, and I've gotten the chance to see them twice, and those were incredible concerts. Second time was some of my really good friends, like back in the day in Eugene, AJ Acosta and the Mercado Twins and Keenan Robbins, all these guys. That was an amazing trip. So Radiohead.
So my favorite event, it was a music festival in LA. It's called Hard Summer. Basically just a whole bunch of DJs come together. It was my favorite because there's this one DJ, his name is Chris Lake, was performing there. It was just awesome because like he was the first artist in that genre that got me into that genre. And like, yeah, it was just awesome to see him.
I've just been to too many. I honestly have been trying to think and I can't decide, so I'll just go with my first one. One Direction, 5 Seconds of Summer opened up for them. Being 12 years old, nothing can beat that feeling. So I'm going to go with that.
She goes to a lot, so we're going to wait till the end of the season to go into any more.
We'll ask her again at the end.
Yeah,
All right. Thanks and good luck this week.